tap, and then you became a b-boy?
Well,
The home studio?
I would actually say that I was a b-boy before I did tap, but growing up in the Bronx, in New York, we were, I did some popping and breaking and all the rest. And yes, I did have the Alfonso Ribeiro breakdance board and book.
That's what I heard.
Back in, and well, that, see, you got the little cardboard and came out and had little pictures with some stints and stuff, right? But yeah, so I hung out with a bunch of kids in New York that called a Rocksteady crew, and learned how to breakdance a little bit. My brothers were much more heavily into it than I was. They could really breakdance. I was more just a pop locker, and I did that, and then I ended up doing Tap Dance Kid. And that kind of took me in a different direction than the other homeboys.
So as a dancer, as a b-boy, I'm a breaker, do you recommend a breaker to go into tap or all these things? I've seen how well you're doing Dancing with the Stars now, coming from a street dance kid from New York. Now that's being an amazing dancer. You only see Crazy Legs doing like that kind of other stuff now.
Well, what I would say is that if you're going to be a dancer, you should be well-rounded in all areas. I've always been, my dad used to say this to me, if you have many eggs in the basket, you'll never know when they're going to hatch. But more often than not, they'll hatch at different times. And that means it gives you different opportunities to do different things at different times. For me, being an actor, a dancer, a singer, a director, a host, a writer, a producer, these things happen at different times in your life. And so you have something that you can become passionate about when, in this industry, people have the ability to hire you or not hire you. So if they're not hiring you for this right now, then you might have this or that or that. You should become well-rounded. And really, if you look at those dances on Dancing with the Stars, think about how many styles of dance they have mastered. Master them all.
One last question. Who did you look up as a dancer? I know everybody says Michael, but also being a kid from New York as a breaker or a popper. Who did you look up to? Because a lot of people talk about TBB and Rocksteady Crew and Zulu Kings and all those other guys. Especially that's your area, you're from New York.
Well, I didn't really have necessarily in the breakdancing, hip-hop world, anybody that I really looked up to. But in terms of dancers that I looked up to Mikhail Brishnikov, who's probably the greatest ballerina in the history of dance. He was absolutely unbelievably awesome. And for all of you that want to pick up or learn anything about dance, learn about Mikhail Brishnikov. You will be shocked at the brilliance that you will learn just by looking him up. He actually did a movie with Gregory Hines called White Nights. So you can see a little bit. He was older by that point, so he wasn't really doing what he did when he was younger. But Mikhail Brishnikov was amazing. Gregory Hines was amazing. You can look at the Michael Jacksons and people like that did it. There's some crazy dude outside. I'm talking here. Don't let that machine in here. Those were some of my favorites growing up in terms of dance. And now, you can look at the dancers on Dancing with the Stars, and realistically, they're all absolutely amazing. Derek Huff is fantastic. Mark Ballas does some of the best choreography that I think we've ever seen. And you can look at someone, Valentin Shmerkovsky is awesome. And to be honest with you, my partner, Whitney Carson, was pretty spectacular with the dance routine she was able to put together. So these are amazing dancers, and they should be commended for learning it all, because they had to teach me the cha-cha, the jive, the rumba, the quick step, the foxtrot, contemporary. You can keep going on and on, but Charleston, we had to learn all these dances, and they know how to do it not only great, but be able to teach it. So to answer your question is, learn it all.
Thank you, brother. Respect.